Hi everybody, my name is Beth. I am the Steadfast Stitcher, both here on YouTube and over on Instagram. And this is my Flosstube Extra 2022 WIP Parade. I cannot believe we're already almost to the end of the year. But I do plan on doing a mid-year WIP Parade in 2023 as well, because I am starting 60 projects in 2023 for my 60th birthday. And if you haven't seen that video yet, it'll be linked at the end of this WIP Parade, and I'll also put it down in the description box. So we'll get started, and I have got some WIPs that I'm bringing with me to 2023 and some that are in timeout. So the ones that are in timeout I'll put towards the end of the video. And I actually brought out a couple that were in timeout that are going to go active again. So it was good for me to go through all my projects that are currently in timeout, and discovered there were a couple that I would like to see the light of day again. So does that happen to you? You put something in timeout and it comes back out again? I don't intend to have, or I don't like to call anything a UFO, an unfinished object, because I'd like to think there's always a possibility that I'm going to want to stitch on it again. So they were in timeout. Or purgatory. We could call it purgatory. All right, so let's get started. These are ones that I'm planning to bring on 2023, or I'm not sure. Okay, the first one is from For the Love of Cross Stitch magazine, and it's from March 1996, and it is called Pansy Prom, and it is from the cover of that issue. Anyways, I love flowers and I love pansies especially, so I wanted to do that one. That has a whole lot of colors in it. I'm doing it on 18 count Aida. And you can see I have not gotten very far on this at all. In fact, I don't think it got any stitches in it in 2022, but I do plan on putting some stitches in it in 2023. So literally I just have part of one pansy finished. That's it. That's kind of sad. But that is definitely, I want to put some stitches in this coming year. I am trying to get more starts that are from magazines this coming year, because I have a lot of magazines. All right, next one is Homewards from Rosewood Manor. And it's got a whole bunch of great words on there. Fun, friends, welcome, home, heart. And I just think it's a very pretty pattern. There is a lot to it, though, with all those little medallions all the way through the crosswords. But still, I think it's very gorgeous. And I am using the called for sulky pack that came with this. I'm trying to put everything back so that I don't mess anything up. But I am using 18 count opalescent. I don't know if that's coming through. And that's where I'm at so far with this one. Again, I think these medallions are beautiful. And I love the colors of the sulky thread packs. One of them is variegated and the others are all solid. But I think, yeah, very, very pretty. And this is fun to work on. It takes a good bit of concentration not to mess up those medallions. You have to really pay attention, but it is fun. And I'm looking forward to putting some time in on that one next year. I'm probably going to run out of space. I might have to pause the video a few times to move things around. Alright, so this is one of the ones that has come out of timeout. And I'm a little worried about it because I need to make copies of it again. So, because it's the magazine itself. This is from the original magazine, and it is Amid Amish Life. Now, I don't know if you've seen, but Brian Blitzstitch on Flosstube and Rachel Q Stitches are also working on this. I think Brian might have finished. Blitzstitch might have finished. And Rachel Q is way far ahead of me. I put this away thinking I wasn't in the mood to work on it anymore. So it's been away for about a year. But I've kind of taken an interest in putting some stitches on this again. So really, this is all I have to show for it so far, is the top left-hand corner. And that's it. So this is going to be a very big piece. Like I said, if you've ever seen Blitzstitch's video, you know how huge this is. So I have got a very long way to go, but I was really kind of excited about pulling it back out again to work on it. All right. And then this is the other one that I pulled out of timeout. And I don't think I've put anything in this in probably 2 years, maybe longer. But it is Carolyn Manning Designs. Daily Walk in the Woods. Kind of makes me think of And a Forest Grew. But I love all the different trees in here, and I am changing some of the colors and making the trees more asymmetrical, some of them, so they're not all perfectly even. But I am doing this on 28 count over 1. I've got a crease right in the middle of one of my trees. Let's see if we can get that fixed. There we go. Oh, hello, needle. But so that's where I am with this one. And I love greens, and I love all the pretty different greens in this and little apples in this tree. And I was really enjoying stitching on this until I got out of the mood for some reason. So I'm glad to have this one back out again. I think it's going to be a fun stitch. Let's see if I can get the stats for you. Let's see. Oh, I don't see the stitch count on this one. All right. Anyways, yeah, it will be a good size piece. And I really like it. I think it's going to be fun to have it back out again. I hope you're all having a great weekend and ready for Christmas and Hanukkah and just having a great time. Definitely need my coffee today. What are you drinking? Okay. Oops, I'm banging everything around here. This one I started this year, 2022, and it is Matter in Hand by Jeanette Douglas. There's also a Sal for this, Matter in Hand Sal. Very easy to remember. And I think it's a really pretty pattern. I know one of the people that was doing the Sal has already finished it, and others are still working on it. I am definitely still working on mine. And I am haven't done all the back stitching for the top row yet, but I'm starting the second row. And this is where I'm at with it now. So I'm starting the thread spool right here. And I did do one of the part of the back stitch words here. And I am stitching this on 27 count oat over 1. And yeah, this is a fun stitch. I'm enjoying this one. Although this month I have been kind of focused on working on Christmas pieces, I am looking forward to having this one back out again. And this is in a project bag I got from Patchwork Crossing on Etsy. Most of my fancy project bags you'll see are from Patchwork Crossing. This next one I have in the pile to work on in 2023, but it may get a restart. Because I'm doing it on 18 count, and I was using 2 threads, and I think I would rather prefer this with 1 thread instead of 2. It's looking a little too tight and poofy for my taste. But it is Jardin Privé Cat Lovers. One moment. And let's see. Now part of the reason I think this might be too poofy with 2 threads is because it's on a hand-dyed fabric. So I think, you know, it's probably not 18 count anymore. It's more like 20 count. But so that's where I am with this one. And I think the colors are really pretty in this. I think it's going to be gorgeous. But I do think I'm going to restart this to using just 1 thread instead of 2. And again, this is on Oat from Be Stitch Me, and this one is 18 count. This one, another bag from Patchwork Crossing, and I just love the autumn colors. And I'm going to put the picture up here. This is Long Dog Samplers Spangled. This is going to be a very huge piece, but this is where I'm at now. And I'm using all the called for overdyes except for the black. And there's a lot of black in this one. And for that, I am just using Anchor Black. And then my little needle minder is from Gina's Unique Boutique. It's a little Pooh needle minder, and I just love him. He says, "What should we do today, Piglet?" "Why, stitch, of course, Pooh." And I am doing this on 22 count Aida over 1. And I think it's going to be very pretty. It's a huge project. So it's not going to be done anytime soon. But it's one I do enjoy stitching on. All right. Next up. This is from Little House Needleworks. I have a printout of the cover page, and it's The Bookshelf. And it features all female authors, and I really like stitching on this one. I think it's very pretty colors. The only change in colors that I made on this was instead of a metallic thread that's called for in the bookbinding, I'm using DMC Etoile. And this desperately needs an iron, but you can get a good idea. I didn't iron everything beforehand. That would take forever. So yeah, I think this is very pretty. And I'm looking forward to this one as well. Hopefully get some work on it in January. And I am using, again, this is Be Stitch Me. And the fabric is called Not Another Sampler. And it is 18 count. Okay. This one is one of my favorite samplers. I saw the original stitched by Marilyn Lovelet Emblem at the Golden Needle in Rochester, New York. And I just love it. It's from Butternut Road. And it's called the Provence Sampler. Now, this is done as a red work, and it was done as a red work in the store as well. But instead of that red work, I decided to go with a color called Paris. And I definitely need to get more of it because I'm down to my last little bit. But yeah, this is from DMC. And it's got all these beautiful blues and browns in it. I think it's just really pretty. And this is where I'm at right now. I love the way this is coming out, and it is such an enjoyable stitch. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, I have got the Queen City Stitch Retreat that I'm going to next October. Now, it won't be on the brag table, but I'm hoping to bring it along and maybe show it to Nora Corbett when it's all finished. And see what she thinks, because that's her mom. Oh, speaking of Nora Corbett and Mirabilia, I wanted to give a quick shout out to a Flosstube channel that I have been watching, her WIP Parade. And I'm still watching it because it is in multiple parts and it's just amazing. It's Fiber Arts Amy, and she has a Mirabilia WIP Parade on right now that is multiple parts, and it is stunning. Oh my gosh, you have to go check it out. I will link her channel below, but it's just amazing, and I need to finish up watching it because it is a multiple part video. But definitely worth watching if you love Mirabilias. Alright, next up. This is one I just started this year, a little later this year. And it's Live on Little by Plum Street Samplers. And this is a huge one. You know, if you watch my videos before, you know I love my Babs. This one is 307 by 207. I am doing this on 27 count over 1. Oops. And an extra piece of fabric in there. Okay. And this is where I'm at so far. Again, this is I love Plum Street Samplers, and this is just such a joy to stitch on. You know, wrinkle right in the middle. But yeah, I've got the flag and some of the border and the words. It is beautiful, and yeah, definitely going to be out in 2023. And I am doing this on 27 count scroll by Be Stitch Me. Okay, ooh, get back in the bag. Pretty please. Next up, I'm going to put a picture right here. This is the Christmas House by Galliana Cross Stitch. I haven't pulled this out for this month yet, but I'm hoping to. So this is where I'm at with it now. I'm on the second level of the house. I started in the middle with the fireplace. And I'm doing this on 28 count Lugana over 1. And I am using Anchor Candy Apple Variegated. It's 01206. So that's what I'm using to stitch this piece. And I am cutting off some strands here and there to get like certain coloring on it. Like with the sofas here and the fireplace. But I do enjoy this one, and I need to get back to it. next one. This is one I started in 2020, and I didn't get very far, but it's last couple of months, not in December because I'm stitching mostly Christmas, but I have had this back out again and getting some work done on it. But it is Nevermore by Lila Studio, and a gorgeous pattern. Daydream Stitcher and Stitchman Darcy are also working on this as a Sal. And yeah, this is a lot of fun to stitch on. I am doing this with the call for colors, 28 count over 1. And that's where I'm at so far. I said, just beautiful. And it calls for 1 silk. And that's this big medallion here and the tree. And that's called Slug Bug by Thread Gatherer Silks. Totally worth doing it. And the silk on that one, it was a joy to work on. And this is a fun piece. Definitely a fun piece. Okay, next bag. Next one, I don't know where the picture is. It should be right here. But I'll go ahead and put it right here. This is Huckleberry Farm by the Blue Flower. And I am doing this on 18 count Sprite by Picture This Plus. And I just love it. So this is where I'm at so far. This has not come out in quite some time, and I really need to pull that back out again. So I think it'll be sometime fairly soon in January. It might start seeing some work on it again. I love the house and the bears, and it's just such a beautiful stitch. I am really enjoying it. And this is the first time I ever bought Picture This Plus, and I really like the feel of it, and stitching on the 18 count is a joy. So I will, oh yeah, there's so many things I want to work on. I need to live to be about 300. Plus, don't forget, I've got 60 new starts in 2023 for my 60th birthday. And no, just to clarify something, I did not turn 60 this past week. This was my 59th birthday. I am turning, because I got a couple comments on that, I am turning 60 in 2023. Don't age me to 60 yet. Alright, next up. This is from Ink Circles, and it's Force of Sumatra. And I do have plans to also do Squirrels of Sumatra as well, because I just think it's a beautiful pattern. And I am doing this all in Spruce from Gentle Arts. Blue Spruce, excuse me. Oh yeah, the green is showing up nicely now. Imagine when you film in daylight for a change. But yeah, I think it's a beautiful color. And I am stitching this on 18 count Ada. And this is Grog from Bestitch Me. And yeah, I think it's beautiful. Very detailed work. And this does work in Pattern Keeper, which I absolutely love. Oh. I don't know if you use Pattern Keeper, how much do you use it? I don't necessarily, it helps to have it in Pattern Keeper, but it's not like an end all if it's not in Pattern Keeper. You know, I won't like not buy it just because it's not Pattern Keeper. But I do love Pattern Keeper. That has been a lifesaver. Okay. This next one is a full coverage, but it's a QS quick stitch. Not quick stitch, but And it is a small one. So it's Quick Stitch, A Stitch in Time Sweet Life by Amy Stewart. She has a whole thing of shelves for A Stitch in Time. And then there's these little vignettes that you can get of different scenes that are in the whole big Stitching Life. So this one I really liked, with the secret door and the big key and all the flowers and the colorful books. I believe this, and I don't have it written down, bad girl, but I believe this is on 18 count and easy grid. So that's where I'm at so far with this. Not a lot of progress. I did not get a lot of progress in full coverage pieces in 2022. And not sure how much I'll get in 2023. But I do have a sleeping cat that I am definitely going to be focused on for a full coverage piece next year. Okay, and this is Riley Harbor by Kathy Barrick. Love this piece. I love village scenes and all the houses. And check out that great whale at the bottom. That is so fantastic. And the clipper ships, it's a beautiful pattern. See, all the floss wants to come out of the bag too. No, you can't come out to play. So this one I am doing on 18 count scroll by Be Stitch Me. Ooh, come here. All the threads. And that's where I'm at with this one right now. It is so much fun to stitch on because it's got the nice big blocks of color. And the whole village scene is just, I think it's really pretty. A little bit primitive. And this, the scroll from Be Stitch Me is primitive as well. I just think it goes perfectly with this. So that's another one I want to get some stitches in 2023. This is one from the Stitching Book Club. It's Sapphire Mountain Arts on Etsy. And it's one of my favorite books. It's Little Women, again by the Stitching Book Club. And the colors in this are so, so pretty. I brought this out for a while and I haven't stitched on it in a while. And I need to get it back out again after Christmas. Because it is just so pretty. Again, with all the threads. So this is where I'm at with it. I am stitching on this and a pale gray, I think it was called washed gray from Dying for Cross Stitch. This is so pretty. I love that it's just got a little bit of modeling in the fabric. I don't know if you can see. But yeah, I think the colors are gorgeous and it goes perfectly with the color palette for Little Women. Man, one of my favorite books, so this one needs to come back out again. I've talked before about wanting to have like a literary cross-stitch wall at some point. It might be the wall behind me. But this would definitely go on that. And the next one, oh my goodness, I'm almost embarrassed to show this because Soulful Stitcher, who's on Flosstube, and she also has the group Cross Stitch 25/7, just finished this one. And I started it December of last year, and I only got like a little teeny tiny start on it, and I haven't pulled it out since. And again, it's another village. I love village patterns and houses. But it's the Village Sampler by the Prairie Schooler. I think it's just a beautiful pattern. Terrific. And I am using 18 count Aida. And like I said, I got the bare minimum in here to bring this with me to the No New Starts group. You have to have 200 stitches. So literally, it's got 200 stitches in it, and that's it. So it needs to get some work done on it this coming year. So it is 18 count Putty Khaki Davos. And that was the recommended fabric for this one. And that's what I'm using. But if you get a chance to check out Soulful Stitcher, I don't know if she's posted a Flosstube yet for it, because she just finished it. But her Village Sampler turned out beautiful. Okay, next one is from Little House Needleworks. And this is Home of a Needleworker 2. And this is another one I really enjoy, especially the blue house. I'm using all the called for colors on 18 count Aida. And I am working on the house. But I think the house is really pretty, so I can't wait to start working on the rest of it. And this, yeah, the house is in Old Blue Jeans from Classic Colorworks, which I think is a terrific color. Oops, hold on one moment. Okay, there we go. Oops, bag was already open. Hello. Okay. This is from M. Kissa Creations. And I'm going to put a picture of here what it looks like finished. But it is from, oh my goodness. Oh my, I am doing this on 28 count over 1, hand dyed by me. And it's from the movie with Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock, with the witches, and I can't think of the title right now. But it's always throw spilled salt over your shoulder. And yeah, so I did this in like a coffee and a purpley dye. And if this works out correctly, the witches should be right along in here in the purple mist. And I think it'll look great in there. So it's 28 count over 1. And it's going to be a fun stitch. I just need to pull it back out again because this has not been out in quite some time. Probably, I want to say it's been a year since I've had this one out. And it does need to come out again. But it is really good for me, too, to look through all these and see where I'm at. And what hasn't been worked on in a while and what needs to come back out. So this is Long Dog Samplers as well. And by Long Dog standards, this is a small. Even though it's not. It's 223 by 131. And it is Santa Quill. And he has just come out for a little work in the month of December as well. Because he is a Christmas pattern. Oop. And I've got more thread attached. So this is Stonehenge from Be Stitch Me, and it is 18 count. And so that's where I am with that at the moment. It's a fun stitch, and long dogs are wonderful. I love stitching on them. And I do have a ways to go on this one yet. And I love this fabric from Bestitch Me. I think I've got a couple pieces of Stonehenge. And yeah, this needle miner from Gina's Unique Boutique is totally me as well. I'm working on my PhD, projects half done. Totally me. Now, I have gotten a couple of negative comments about my plans starting 60 in 2023, but I'm sticking with the you do you. Stitch what makes you happy. I'm going to see if I've got, I think I don't have the cover photo in here, do I? I don't. So I will put it up here. This is the Virulin Sow from History Stickmuster. And I am using Sulky Merlot, which is a variegated. I don't know if you can see the colors are coming up here, but really, really pretty. I like this one a lot. And this is where I'm at on it so far. I love the way that the colors are coming out in this. And I am using 25 count potato Lugana. And yeah, this is a joy to stitch on. I don't know, it's not on the top of my priority list for next year, but it is an enjoyable stitch, so we'll see. All right. This is Midnight Manor, and it's from Waxing Moon Designs. I am going to be bringing this back out in February for the February Small Sal that I'm starting. And you're welcome to join in, but it's just for the shortest month of the year to work on and focus on our smallest projects. Whether they're going to be pillows or flat folds or ornaments, but to work on our smaller projects in February 2023. So it's February Smalls. And this is where I'm at with this one. I am doing the bottom one, which is just the manor with the gate. And not the one with the words at the top. But I love that with the wrought iron gate and the pumpkins and the cat and the bat and the ghosties. But this is very fun. And I am doing this on, it's a 28 count ice gray, I believe, from Zweigart. And I am using the color Fathom for the whole thing. And the color Fathom is from Weeks Dye Works. And I need to order more of it because I'm almost out. Alright, next one. There we go. I am going to put a picture up here. This is from Hemlock and Rye Studio, which Hemlock and Rye Stitchery, excuse me, which is Julie, Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World. And this is Christmas in Nantucket. And I have not pulled this out in a while, and I need to put this out this month for December. But yeah, the first house is completely done, and I think it's really pretty. I'm using a 12 for the wreath, and then I'm working on the second house, and I'm also using a green a 12 for the tree. Otherwise, I'm using all the called for colors. I just think this is very pretty. I love kind of the colonial theme of it. And colonial houses, I should say. And that fence out is terrific in front. This is a fun piece to work on. You could also do this as 3 individual houses and make little pillows out of them. That would be really pretty. Like I said, now I'm thinking about things for my new dough bowl that I just got for my birthday. I showed this in my last video, so I haven't had any progress since then. That was Wednesday that I did my last video. But this is my main full coverage piece for next year. And this is Mini Warm at Home. And it reminds me so much of my cat Chloe. And she loves to sleep in front of the window. And it's such a sweet picture. And there's only 20 colors in this. And it is a Heaven and Earth Designs. I am doing this on 28 count over 1. Let's see. Now, by the time I got my last video up, I had done about 60 stitches in this, or 600, excuse me, since the previous time you had seen it. But I'm going to be doing full coverage fanatics, one of their challenges next year, and it'll be to put at least a minimum of 500 stitches in this and every month. So I'm using all the called for colors except for the black, because I've switched up most of my black threads from 310 to the anchor skeins. And I really like working with the anchor one. I do think it is a bit thicker. And next one. This I also showed it in my last video, so it's just a quick shot. This is Winter Tranquility from Twin Peak Primitives. It was a freebie for about a week or 2 last Christmas. And now you can purchase it on their Etsy site. But it's very pretty. I love the house. And I've using all the called for colors except for the tree. I've changed to rum raisin. And this, yeah, this is a fun stitch. And it's been out a few times in December to work on. My next one is Quaker Snowflakes by Hello from Liz Matthews. Really, really pretty. And I am doing the blue one. And this is on an unnamed fabric that I got at Friday Night Fight Night. And it is 20 count Aida. But it just has a little start on it. Yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. And I do think I'm going to have this out at least for a day or 2 before the end of the year to get some more progress in it. Yeah, look at that fabric. That is gorgeous. I love it. And again, it's another project bag from Patchwork Crossing. I just think this one is so pretty. Okay. All right. Next one is my Prairie Schooler Santas. Now, I'm just keeping them all in one bag, but I do have multiples of them. The one I'm currently working on is Peace on Earth. And that's this one right here. So I just have a little start on Santa's head. And he's going to be this one. But I have several here in my bag to like move from one to the next. So I have North Wind, which is a 2021. Then I have, this is 2006. Little Sewing Santa. 2018, Let It Snow, and Winter Woods, which is 2021. So I've got several pieces of fabric in here to just keep going and going and eventually do little pillows for these. I've finished one so far, and then I'm moving on to the next. And then this is 1999, 2000, and 2015 Prairie Schooler Santas. So yes, I am definitely collecting them. I love them. They're so fun to stitch on and fairly quick. Hi. Chloe hasn't been downstairs in a few days. She hasn't been feeling that hot, but I'm really glad she's down today. All right. This also was in my regular floss tube on Wednesday, but this is the Earth Has Music that I'm doing on 18 count Aida, and it is from the book Cross Stitch for the Earth. Hi. And it's a quote from William Shakespeare. I really like this one. Beautiful colors. Honey, you don't really fit there. Yeah, this is out for a while. Even though it isn't a Christmas piece, there's a little story behind it that I shared in my last video. Now this one's out, and it is for, it is a Quaker piece, Quaker Christmas 2, and this is my, I'm calling it my work piece, so I keep it by my desk so that when I have my lunch break or a break, I can throw a few stitches in it. But I do just get a half hour for lunch, so sometimes, you know, it's not even a thread that gets in there during the course of a day. But it gets a little progress every day, and I think it is a beautiful pattern. And unfortunately, the cover art that came with this is terrible. And it's got that big dark line, but anyway, you can get kind of an idea of what it's going to look like. I am using DMC variegated 115 and DMC 890 for the greens. So I think all the carols, the titles of the carols are going to be in the green, and most everything else will be in the DMC red variegated. What are you doing, crazy cat? You know there's not a lot of room up here, right? All right. Next up is a Halloween one. And this is the Lunar Witch from Autumn Lane Stitchery. Great pattern. So much detail in this one. It is going to be gorgeous when it's finished. But I am stitching this on 20 count Badlands from Be Stitch Me. Again, definitely needs an iron, but let's see. There we go. So I've got the witch's hat, and then this is her arm reaching out for the dragon on the side. And then you can't tell, but I do have all the gold stitches down the front of her dress done. This is fun to stitch on, and I need to get it back out again. But it won't be until the new year. Excuse me. All right. This is one of my this is my favorite long dog. But I'll put a picture up here. It is Long Dog Samplers, the Pilgrim. And I love this one. I am stitching this all in DMC 4245, which is a variegated on 18 count. And I have to kind of go back here so you can see it all. So I am doing the Raven in black. And there will be a couple other colors in here, but for the most part, it is all going to be in the DMC variegated. And the one thing that I'm nervous about with this is somehow I accidentally put a hole in this pattern. I don't know if you can see. It's down here. And I did try to weave the threads back in on it. So we'll see if it actually works. One of my friends suggested putting a little fray check on it too. So I'm hoping it's not stitched. Let's see, you can't even really see it in this, which is a good thing. But I am nervous about when I get there and how it'll look. So we shall see. I am nervous about it. Oh gosh, I felt horrible when I realized I'd put a hole in the fabric. And it was actually a sharp edge on a Q-snap, I think, that put a hole in it. Or it may have been one of the Q-snap knockoffs. Anyways, long story, you didn't need all that, but... This is another bag from Patchwork Crossing, and I love this one with the deer and the hedgehog and the foxes and the little baby owls. I think it's adorable. And what I have in this one is my current Mirabilia. Oh gosh, I just love this one. This is Garden Prelude. And actually, when you open up the package, her name is Beth, so that fits perfectly. I am doing this on 28 count over 2 by Fabric Flare. And it's supposed to be Monet's Garden. Doesn't even, the fabric itself doesn't even like look close to what picture showed, but it does have some nice purplies down here on the bottom. But look at her gown. I just think she is stunning. Yeah, I am hoping to have this finished and framed by the Queen City Stitch Retreat next October. That's in Charlotte, North Carolina. Because that's really close by, and I'd love to meet Nora Corbett and Kitschy Whips. She's the Flosstuber that is putting this on, and she is just terrific. She's so sweet. All right. This is one that hasn't seen any work in a while. And I'm not positive it's going to see any work in 2023. But I do want to keep it out just in case, because I love this theme. This is called Dreamscape by Tilton Crafts. And for me, that's just like a little piece of heaven. This being in a dark forest is a kind of a magical little trail all by myself. I would love that. But I do think this is a beautiful pattern. I just don't know for sure that it's going to see anything in 2023. I'm doing this on 28 count over 1 easy grid, and I only have a little start on this, but let's see if you can see. It's got some great colors in this, and I think it's going to be gorgeous. But again, not certain it's going to see anything in 2023, but I am going to keep it hanging around just in case. Next up is another long dog. I love my long dogs. This is Quinto Acuto, The Pointed Fifth by Long Dog Samplers. Lots going on in here. Lots and lots of stitching. So I've decided to do this with 2 shades of blue and with one other color occasionally thrown in. But I am using DMC 158 and 156, which are these 2 colors. And then I've also got some brown in here for some of the different animals and, excuse me, animals and scenes. But, yep, this is where I'm at with this one. I'm using 20 count Aida. And this is a weird one because I have never seen salvage peel off a fabric before. But this one is peeling off. It's weird. But anyways, I just love this one. I think it's going to be so great when it's finished. I know like Nikki is started in the middle on this. I've seen other people working on it, and it's just a fantastic pattern. Look at all the different animals on here. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. But again, it's a long dog, so it's not a little guy. It is 353 by 352. It's going to get work done in 2023. Not finished. This is one, I'm not sure it's going to get stitches in 2023. I'm not really thrilled with the colors, and I've been told that sometimes the DMC colors aren't as good as the needlepoint silks, DMC conversion. So I'm not really happy with this house, and I may need to change it up to something else. But let me show you. If you see if you agree with me. I'm doing this on 18 count Vintage Country Mocha. I think it's 18 count. But now, I'm not digging those colors. This is all I've got done on it so far. But I'm thinking I want to change that because I really don't like that color. And I don't know why, because it's such a small part of the pattern. But yeah, I'm not thrilled. I may need to change that before it comes back out again to get some real work on it. I love the Hawthorne Hollow pieces, and I do have a few of them that I've collected. Not started, but collected. And so, yeah, I have to think about that house because I'm really not thrilled with that color, even though it's only like one little square out of that whole thing. Okay, so next one is, this is, technically it's my oldest WIP, but it did get a restart, so I'm not sure if you'd still call it my oldest, but it is Summer Breeze by Paula Vaughn. And oh, I love that house and the tulips in front. And yeah, I just think it's gorgeous. But like I said, it did get a restart. I just dropped another floss. All right, there we go. So this is on 18 count Aida. And I had a lot more than this done. But I did completely restart it. So I've got the tree and worked a little bit on the house here. And I do think this will come out in 2023. It's just not one of the top priorities that I'm going to work on in 2023. I was really frustrated that I needed to do a restart, but it was one of those things where I made a very large mistake, but it was one of those things where if you didn't tell anybody, they wouldn't notice. But the problem was that I knew I made a big mistake. So it was going to take me so long to take out all the stitches. I'm just like, stop, I'm going to restart it. And I did, and I'm glad I did. All right, this is from Modern Folk Embroidery. and it is Real Comfort, and it's a Jane Austen quote. Really like this one. There is nothing like staying at home for real comfort, which is, you know, I'm kind of a homebody, so that just fits in perfectly. All right, so this is a monochromatic, but I am using DMC 115, the variegated red, and Anchor Black. And this is where I'm at with that one. I really love how the variegated floss is coming out on this, and I just think it's gorgeous. Yeah, this is definitely going to be one of my priorities for 2023. And one of my plans for that literary cross stitch wall I mentioned earlier. Oh, before I get to my next one, I want to give a quick shout out to my own Facebook group. It's called Crafts and Books, and it's on Facebook. I will link it below. We meet every Monday night for stitching Zoom, crafting Zoom. You can craft whatever you like. New Year's Day, we are going to be going from noon till whenever, probably like 8 or 10 o'clock at night. And you are more than welcome to come join us. And we also do a book club once a month, and our next book club is in January. And beginning in January, we will have our chat and crafts, crafty Zooms every Monday and Friday nights. So we're expanding. That's a good thing. But yeah, I'll link it below. Come and join us. I'd love to have you. Okay, this one is from Heartstring Samplery. And I have a couple Heartstring Samplery starts planned for next year. And this one didn't get very much work done on it at all. But it is Cross Stitch Nation. I am doing this on Vintage Country Mocha. And so that's all I've got on this one so far. Now, I've had fun watching Craft Addict with a K. Hannah Dowling and others did a round robin on this, where each person got to pick a different color scheme for their dress or their outfits on this. And it was very fun to watch. So I'll link Craft Addict with a K and Hannah Dowling below their Flosstube channels. Craft Addict with a K, Carla, is also one of the leaders of the formerly No New Starts group, which is now called WIP Warriors. And I'm going to be, last year I did Work Your Whips, and this year I'm doing Swooey, Stitch What You Want, When You Want, because of all the starts that I've got planned for my 60th birthday. All right, so next up is Jane Eyre, and this is by the Primitive Hare. Again, it's another plan for a literary wall, and I just love the verse on this. I am no bird, and no net ensnares me. I am a free human being with an independent will. And if you saw my Kitted Up Parade for 2023, I recently also got Beatrice Potter, and I can't wait to start on that one as well. So this one is also on a Bestitch Me fabric. It's called Badlands, and it's 28 count, and I am doing this over 1. So I've got the words in there. The white lace down here doesn't show up too well, and then I've started on her hair. So this will definitely get some work done on it in 2023. It is super in my plans because I really want to get that literary wall up and running. This is from Ink Circles, and oops, looks like I don't have the picture. So, all right, I'm going to put the picture up here. It is Fireburn and Cauldron Bubble, and it is a great Halloween piece. And I am using the black Etoile from DMC, the C310, and this is on 16 count Wicked that I won in a giveaway from Be Stitch Me. I think this looks perfect on that. I love this fabric. A lot of fun to work on this pattern. It probably will not come back out again until later in the year, next year. But it is fun, and I do like this one. You can see it's got like all these candy corns and bats and witches and skulls. They run throughout the mandala, and it's just cool. I like it. This is one that I'm very iffy about for 2023. I like it. I really do, because I love Victorian houses. This is from Nancy Spruant's Designs, and it is the Carson. Is that Carson Mansion? Oh, let me just double check. Yes, Carson Mansion. And there goes another floss. Oy, I need to figure that out better. But yeah, so this is Carson Mansion. I really like it. I just don't know that I'm going to see any progress on this in 2023. And it's only got a teeny tiny little start on it. And that's it. That's all I've done on it. And I started in the middle. So, I love her designs. Nancy Spruant's. In fact, years ago, I met her very briefly, and I got her autograph on a couple of the patterns that I have by her. Yeah, we'll see. This is got a ton of blendeds and backstitch in it, and I just don't know if I'm feeling it for next year. So this may be in timeout. Not 100% sure. But so that's all my current WIPs, and I'm going to get my timeouts to show you right now. And give me just 1 second for that, and I will be right back. Okay, projects in timeout. These are the ones that are not going to see work on it in 2023, at least as of now. I could always change my mind. But they are temporarily in timeout. This one I'm going to put the picture up here. This is Galliana Cross Stitch bookcase. And I like this one. I just don't see myself working on it next year. And I'm kind of just I don't have a good explanation that I haven't really been in the mood to stitch on it. But this is where I'm at with it now. And I do think it's going to be beautiful. So I'm not doing it as all monochromatic like the picture, but selecting different colors for the books. And the bookcase is all Weeks Dye Works Rum Raisin, which I absolutely love that brown. It's one of my favorites. So, stitches for Shelby Stitches. Finish the bookcase, and it looks amazing. I have to think about this one before I put more work into it. So it's temporarily in timeout, but not necessarily forever. This is one I'm considering coming out again. This is A Quaker Dwelling by Kathy Barrick. And I love Kathy Barrick's designs. She's phenomenal. And I do really like this one. So I had put it in timeout, and I only have a small little bit done. But she might come back out again. Where are you? See, this was when I got lazy on. I started it right away, and I didn't cut the fabric ahead of time. All right. So yeah, that's all I've got done on this one. And I love the colors. So I've been leaning towards this coming back out again, even though I think my hesitation was that I've already got so many big projects. You know, why add one more to the mix? But I do really like it. I think the house on this is gorgeous, and it's going to be beautiful. I guess I'm leaning towards wanting to focus on doing smalls next year and on my literary cross-stitch wall. So I think that's why I'm having thoughts about not working on that one. This one isn't coming back out again in 2023 for one simple reason, is that it needs a restart. Well, it may need a restart. This is Spirit of the Dragonfly, and this is from Hade. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, but I had started doing this on 28 count in 10th stitch and decided I really don't like 10th stitch. At least, just my personal opinion. I've seen some 10 stitches that look phenomenal. For me, I guess I just prefer always using full cross. So like I said, that's all I've got on this one. So it probably will not come out in 2023, but I do think it is a beautiful pattern, and the colors on that are stunning. But if it does come back out, it's going to get restarted as all full cross. This one I've been flip-flopping on. And it's not because I don't... This is from Carolyn Manning Designs, and it's 10,000 Lakes. And it is full coverage. And I am doing it on 28 count Lugana over 1 in the Easy Grid. And I think it's beautiful colors. I don't know. My only thing with this is I'm not feeling the geometrics in this right now. It's a very geometric pattern, and I just haven't had a lot of interest in stitching it, which means it's in temporary timeout. I would say it's not in permanent timeout, because I'm sure the urge to stitch on this will hit me again, simply because just the colors in this I think are gorgeous. But for right now, I think it's not gonna see any work in 2023. Oh, actually, this is one's on the wrong pile, because this is one of the ones that's coming back out. This is Long Dog Samplers, and it is, oh, sorry, the companion piece to Pandemic called The New Normal. And so that's what it looks like. And this is where I'm at with it. So I'm using DMC 3371 and a variegated sulky green called Forest Floor. So this one was in timeout in all of 2022, but I've decided it's going to come out in 2023 for some stitches. I do really like the color combination of the dark brown and this Forest Floor from Sulky. I think are really nice. And I actually prefer the New Normal to Pandemic. I know not everybody agrees with me, but I do. I really like the New Normal better, I think. And this one I love, but I can't see myself working on it in 2023. Just because if I start working on it, I'm not going to be able to stop. And I've got so many other projects that are, I hate to say more important, but yeah, kind of more important to me. Because again, literary cross-stitch walls, smalls, some primitive things. But this is another Heaven and Earth Designs. And it's Tree of Life. And yeah, I do think it's going to be gorgeous. This is the picture right here. But this one is very confetti heavy. It's 28 count over 1. And I do want to get it done at some point, but I don't see it as a focus for 2023. Like I said, my main focus is going to be getting the cat one, progress on the cat that looks a lot like my Chloe, especially because my Chloe girl is not in the best of health, and I just really want to get that done for her. Actually, this is on Not Another Sampler from Bee Stitch Me. And it is Linens and Things. It's the 2017 band sampler. And the sole reason that this one is put away right now is my lack of responsibility on this. Excuse me. I had downloaded the whole free pattern for these band samplers and decided on color and started stitching it, and my computer crashed and I lost everything that I had on it. Most things I had backed up and emailed to myself so that I had it. This was one that I didn't, and now you can't get it anymore. It's not available on the website. It was taken down as a freebie and you can't purchase it, so I'm a little stuck. They did have a thing there to get on the wait to get an email notification if this became available to purchase, and I did add myself to the list for that, but so far nothing. I think this is going to be a gorgeous band sampler, and I wish I could work on it. I just can't get a hold of the pattern. So yeah, it was dumb me for not copying that over to another drive or emailing it to myself, so I don't have it anywhere. I'm really bummed about that. Otherwise, yeah, it would still be getting stitched on if I had the pattern. Oops, tell me I have a picture. I have to come back to that one. I think I left a picture upstairs. Alright. This one is from Stone Street Stitch Works, and it's even missing the fabric. Oh great, never mind, I'm not going to show it to you. What happened? Okay, that is really weird. Alright, so not even the fabric's in the bag. Great. So, never mind. I'm definitely not going to be working on it if the fabric is MIA. Oh. Ding-a-ling. Alright. This one might get pulled out in 2023, but we'll see. I need to finish Home of a Needleworker 2 before I work on this one. But this is the original Home of a Needleworker from Little House Needleworks. And it is the original house. It's up here. So it may get pulled out. And yeah, it's chart number 4. So that goes way back. It may come out, but only if I get Home of a Needleworker 2 done. And I'm doing this on 18 count Aida with the DMC conversion. And I'm just up in the border here. But we'll see. Who knows? If I get Home of a Needleworker 2 done, this might come back out again. But right now it's in timeout. I'm making a mess. I am going to have stuff to clean up afterwards. And let's see. Yeah, we'll do this one next because this is another full coverage piece. And I definitely like it. And it's going to be for a gift if I ever finish it. But I may never finish it. One of the reasons is just she doesn't seem to be into NASA things as she was before. So I don't know. But so this is Small Magellanic Cloud by Heaven and Earth Designs. Again, I think it's really cool looking. I was doing it solely as a gift, and if they're not that interested in NASA images anymore, I don't know that I'm going to keep this up. But yeah. It is nice. You know, and maybe I'll stitch it for myself at some point. But right now I think it's going to go away. It's definitely going in timeout. Yeah, we'll see. I could change my mind. You know, now that I'm looking at all the colors in it again, yeah, maybe. 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 Oh, I'm gonna have an avalanche over here. Okay, this is from Heartstring Sampler, and I'm not sure why this is in timeout. I just haven't really had much of an interest in working on it. It's nothing wrong with the pattern. I love Heartstring Sampler designs, but I just haven't felt like picking it up. That's my only reason. And it's called We Are the Same. It says, we live, dream, breathe, love, explore, grow, and grow old. We are humans. All life is precious. Everyone matters. Our origins are the same. We are the same. I know. Yeah. I'm not sure about that one. But I don't have very much done on it. I mean, literally, I have one flower in the border and not even finished with the R the same. So that's where I'm at with that. And it's on 18 count Aida. But yeah, it's going to stay in timeout, at least for a while. I'm really not sure about it. This is another one that I'm hemming and hawing about. And this is the last one. This is a Heaven and Earth design. And I've seen Amy Loves Toads. She's got a wonderful Flosstube channel if you have not checked her out. And she's done this one. I think she may be, no, I'm not positive she finished this or not yet. But it is Mini Deer Creek by Donna Gelsinger from Heaven and Earth Designs. And the reason this is in timeout is because I'm not sure how OCD I am. Because there are several mistakes up here in the leaves, which no one is going to know except for me. And I've made mistakes up in here. But the problem is that I know. And it has a tendency, even though I know no one else is going to know except me, it bothers me that I've made mistakes up in here. And, maybe I should have gridded the fabric beforehand. Maybe I should have used Easy Grid. Excuses. I think it's going to be a great pattern. I think it's beautiful. But I got to figure out how OCD I'm going to be about whether or not this is perfect up. When we get down to the deer and things like that, it's going to matter that it's perfect. But up here in the blurred out leaves, I think I'm just torturing myself. But I am using Be Stitch Me Through the Stones 28 count over 1. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just being me being too much of a perfectionist with this, and that's kind of why I'm struggling, and it's in timeout at the moment. Till I can, maybe get over it. The fact that there's blurred out leaves that aren't perfect. All right. So that is my WIP Parade. I hope you enjoyed it. I will have a link to my last video, which has a giveaway on it. I'm going to do the giveaway winners in my next video, which is on December 28th. So if you want to enter the giveaways, go to my last video and just make sure you do it before December, I should say by December 27th if you want to enter for the giveaways. And then I will film on the 28th. And I'll also link at the end of the video my Kitted Up Parade for 2023. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am loving seeing all the WIP parades that are out right now. I've watched Stitchman Darcy and 5 Arts by Amy is that one I mentioned with the Mirabilias that are amazing. And Owl and Gator Stitcher. There's so many WIP parades out right now, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch mine. So take care of yourselves, everybody. Take care of each other, and I will see you for my regular Flosstube video on December 28th. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful Christmas. Bye-bye.